desk, will you please? They're on my desk.
I need one too, yeah.
All meetings are required to be recorded audio and video per Indiana Code IC 514 1.5 2.9. I'd like to call this meeting to order. I'd like to make a motion to approve minutes from February 6th, February 9th, February 26th council meeting, and February 26th executive meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Steve Smith here?
He is not, but Nicole will just go ahead because she has,
Okay.
we need to discuss something with that.
We do have other guests. You have anything?
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to treat our guests.
We have the guests go first.
I can't believe it. Well, several of you know me, I own Scott Beach Rig across from the new proposed fire station. I'm in favor of that, I think it's great, but with, that they could probably pile that whole street up with dump trucks. Since there's a lot of room, that back alley back there, maybe perhaps whoever's in charge could direct some of them guys over the weekend, put their extra equipment back there or something. Cause the guys working, they don't care, you know, they're not even gonna think about traffic through town, let alone businesses and stuff, and I was just wondering if some consideration could be given to whoever's in charge to say, hey, you guys, you know, you can figure that out yourselves, however that will work, but I'm just thinking ahead. Even though I am in favor of the fire department, so I don't think I'm mad at all that, but just thinking ahead. Other thing, I didn't talk to you yesterday about, is last year, that back alley back there that runs up that nobody's ever done anything with, because nobody's had that building or anything in that back alley. I've been there now 4 years already, which is surprising, but it's in real bad shape. And I talked to Flory last year. I bought a bunch of gravel and stuff, and it's in real bad shape for some maintenance on it. The middle hump is so big now that it rubs the bottom of cars. There's huge potholes and stuff, and when I pull in there, it splashes water up on that guy's house. And here in another couple months, he's gonna be having his windows open, and it's got big potholes. I was wondering if we could maybe get gravel on it or grade it down to where there ain't some big hump in there.
Is that behind your business?
It's right there by the Nazarene Church. And that guy's now name, it's got that house that goes down through there, and then where my property line and that little park memorial goes to the back, there's a telephone pole. That's where that alley stops. The rest of that was that railroad land, which is on the parcel that I have. So that alley stops there, and it's horrible down through there. Probably wouldn't take very much if somebody just could do something. I didn't know if there's anything around that could do that or not. I don't know.
Your thoughts on that, Wendell?
It hasn't been a maintained alley, it's, you know, just a grass alley.
So nobody's been back there.
That, you know, with it being a dead end, we've never, you know, but, it would be up to whatever you guys wanna do, you know, we could put gravel in there to drag it out, whichever way. If that's something you wanna do, or let the, you know, let them take care of it, it's whichever way you wanna go. Normally, if somebody builds a garage, we've been letting them, you know, do their own gravel and everything else.
Yeah.
There is several properties back there, I guess. It comes up behind several properties there that are using it.
Robin, what do you think?
Since he's been there for 4 years, we probably need to step up and actually grade it and put some gravel, since it's being used now.
Prior to that, for 20 years, Burton just drove back there to back once in a while, and Kerr, he usually parks up front. Every once in a while, he parks back there, so it hasn't really been anything. But now with this issue coming with the fire department, I'm gonna have to have a lot more my people parking in the back, and I'm worried about that. I don't want any problem with any neighbors. I just don't want to get it, you know, when you pull up there and you hit those bumps, it goes right on his house, no matter how slow you're going. So.
Okay. Can you get a cost for gravel?
Sure can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Is that it?
That's it. Can I leave, or you want me to
Oh,
stay?
you can leave. You're more welcome to leave.
I do appreciate it, guys. Mark, thanks for later. See you, Eric.
Anybody, any other guests?
We are.
I'm Mark Atkins, I live next to the park,
Mhm.
or the property that is not within city limits.
Right.
We more or less just wanna let the town know, we understand your reasonings for annexing your park. We think it's a good idea, should be part of your town.
Mhm.
You know, it opens up a lot of grants and things for fixing your streets and such. We've tried to be friends with the town. Me and my wife have built a park shelter at the Octagon House. We built the park shelter at the baseball diamond.
Uh-huh.
They're surely in my blood, let's just face it.
Her family owned and operated the Shirley Hardware for years.
Okay.
Her stepdad's Dennis Westridge and
Okay.
Linda. So we have no qualms with you putting your park in town. However, we're not interested in becoming part of the town.
Okay.
And I noticed watching the meeting last month that somebody asked, well, why don't we want to be? There's several reasons. I was not aware that we paid 15% more on our utility bills than anyone else in town. That's not stated on our bill.
Well, it's stated that non-residents pay more than residents. It's not broke down.
Yeah, but we just didn't catch it, and we're okay with that. We understand the reasoning behind that, and that's not a problem. There's not really any new development going on. It's more or less to bring the park into town so you guys can benefit from it being part of the town, and we're all for that. But on the flip side of things, our property taxes would go up. We would then be forced to deal with Hancock County, which I am totally not in agreement with. I live in Henry County. I'm from Henry County. I would prefer to deal with Henry County.
Well,
That's probably the number one drawback, is that your town goes through Hancock County for all building needs and pretty much anything you want to do. So I did speak with Jody Brown, the county assessor, explained to her the situation. She said the town is within its rights to annex its park regardless of whether we're part of it or not.
I was gonna ask you.
She has properties all over the county that are islands.
She showed us a couple that were islands that they
Yeah,
said
she
there's no
showed
problem.
us several examples around Newcastle. It's not a problem. It's not a problem with the county.
And that's our plan.
Yeah, and as long as, they said, as long as the residence person doesn't have a problem with being landlocked, being an island, so to
Right.
speak.
And we
And
have
that's
zero
fine with us.
problem with that.
I don't plan to
whatsoever. We don't
Get
want to hold
20
you
head of
guys.
cattle and, put it in my backyard. I don't plan to, do some crazy fish hatchery back there or just whatever, you know what I mean? I don't foresee it ever being a problem.
But we don't want to hold the town back.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the gravel
We wanna
drive around there
Yeah.
paved, because I've actually myself graded that before.
I'm not sure
Because
that
of
we'll get that done right away. I don't know if we can do that but with the community crossing dollars, we can definitely redo Second Street.
Yeah, and it is getting rough.
And it's getting
Water
bad,
tower
yeah.
where they pull off
Absolutely, and our
over
fire trucks utilize that a lot. to-
Yeah.
Well, this town does a great job. I'm from Greenfield.
And that's what we wanted to
So,
say. We wanted you guys to be able
This
to go
town does a
ahead
great
with
job
park
of paving the
annexation
streets.
without fear of us or, being opposed to anything
Right.
that's happening there.
Well, and that's what we've continued to tell our attorney is that we own, it's something like we own a contiguous amount of the property and you only own this one section, so we can do that and make you an island.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But we weren't planning on, that was never in the plan.
No, we wanted to show our support
Yeah,
for you
absolutely.
doing that.
Yeah.
Because we
Okay.
didn't want you guys to think, well, we're mad and we're.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely, your park should definitely be part of the town.
I was just trying not to, whatever I would have said in the meeting was not to say anything like, I didn't want to point out.
We know you're gonna be the one that gets mad.
Right.
Everybody gets mad.
You're right.
But nonetheless, yeah, and I do appreciate, because we have talked to you
So
before.
high.
Yeah.
So you were aware of it.
Railroad and they built them.
And because I knew what you had told me, I didn't want to say that in a meeting that's on
But I'm
camera
Yeah,
because you weren't here.
right. Well, and I appreciate that too.
thanks for coming in.
No problem. Now, we aren't part of your town if you want to kick us out because you got.
Although, my only request for us being best friends with the park is that we do move the one light at the entrance that safely lights up my trees, shrubs, and my back patio and nothing at the park. The wind has kicked that one light on that pole going in the entrance of the shelter house so far
It's turned
sideways.
it that it's kind of
It
a
turns it now,
spotlight
it
on us.
shines at the side of my house. I was wondering if maybe we could relocate it to one of the new parking places that they put in, maybe to help light those up.
I think he's making a note of that.
Thank you, Wendell.
Herb knows about it. She doesn't complain.
I was like, Herb, climb up there and turn that light. He said no. Go figure it.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Nicole?
Notes for this month, we had 83 delinquents, we had 26 door tags, and we had 8 shut-offs for February. The only discussion is we had a guy come in, he's talking about his water bill, and we told him he had a leak. And he's wanting us to adjust his water bill. And he didn't discover the leak until January, which would be December's bill. So we didn't know if we could adjust it as December and then give him another adjustment for this year and that's his only adjustment, or what you wanted me to do.
How much does he owe?
The total right now is $961.77. And that's just 2 months.
What's his average?
About $330.25.
Robin?
As long as he knows that this is one and done for the year. It's pretty early, I'd say.
I think she's asking for 2 adjustments, one for last year, because I didn't have. one
Right,
for this.
but yeah, if we do 27, this is it, and it's pretty early in the year,
This is 26.
whatever, wherever we are.
It already goes fast.
Whatever.
Robin. Don't rush it.
I was looking at 27 schoolwork earlier, no, I'm trying to get next year figured out, so, yeah, I'm a year ahead of this point. I'm fine with it. It's just one and done.
So how much does he want adjusted?
He's never really said exact amount. He's talked to Teresa more than me, but she don't wanna say anything because it's family to her.
It's my cousin, sorry.
Okay. So his average bill is 330
Yeah,
a month?
yeah,
Is he 3 months behind?
2 months now because of the leak.
Yeah. It's Steve Smith, you know, where they live. They have, disabled children, so they usually
Oh,
have
the
a
Smith
family. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
actually, I did see him at lunch, and I asked him if he was coming to the meeting, and he told me he wasn't. I'm like, well, we're supposed to be talking about that, so I thought that would encourage him, but he's not here. But, he just says, just let me know what I owe and I'll pay it. I'm like, okay. So,
So is the leak fixed?
He never told me yes or no. Did you, Teresa?
I thought that he fixed it, yes. But, I mean, we can check that out and make sure. You didn't have Colton look at it today?
No.
Okay. I thought you had said something about having him do that, but things were kind of confusing today.
So what was his December bill?
$473.77.
What was his January?
$548.25. And then this month, that the bill I just sent out today is $413.51. But the leak was kind of in between January and February, so it could still be part of the leak.
Wendell Davis, have you talked to him? Do you know anything about that?
I do
It's
not.
Steve Smith.
Yeah, I have not talked to him.
Okay.
Has he paid anything since December?
Yeah, he's paid the December bill. It's just, he didn't pay last month's bill, or obviously the one that just came out today.
Go ahead and adjust them back to
3:30?
Yeah.
Which one?
She's got numbers on how she adjusted it.
Okay. Go ahead,
By
Nicole.
using our,
If you do an adjustment, just like a regular adjustment, it'd take off $185.36. If you want to do it for the 2 times, one for last year, one for this year, it'd be $370.72 taken off.
370.72?
370.72.
off of the 9 something.
961? You want to do 370?
That's voted. Is that what you do?
I'd like to make a motion to take off $370.72 off Steve Smith's water bill.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Will you let him know that, please?
Yes. And that's all I had.
Thank you. Mr. Davis, you are up.
Okay. The Herb has retired again, so I think he's really done this time. Apologize.
There he is.
Don't say that.
So I'll need a part-time for the grass cutting. I wanted to add to say it could be future full-time later, but you know, maybe not right now.
Becky likes mowing.
Mhm. She's already volunteered, actually.
I've seen her roll before.
You have any potential,
I do not at this time. No.
you want to put an ad in the paper or Facebook or whatever?
If he wants me to, I will. Other than that, I would think that we would just do post office, town hall, Facebook.
That'd be fine. The other one I got, I'll go tech casting. I did talk to Jeff. You should have that in front of you there. There's 3 ways to get in there for a new drive. The first one, to me, is the best if it'll get around everything he needs to put there. And that would come straight off that corner. The second I thought would be nice would be actually on the railroad itself, the old railroad bed. It'd be solid and easier to bring it in that direction. And the third one would be actually going around that garage. And there's a drop off on that third one that we'd have to deal with. So we'd have to fill that in before we could even use it. But I just kind of wanted to bring that to your attention. That's what I see it, possible. As you come up, like on that number 1, as you come up and cross the railroad, that's all level there. So all that ground is level back there, straight across. So that would be easy access there. But that would depend on how much of that area he needs.
Is he gonna try to buy that house?
I think he's gonna look at that, yes.
And that's the one you would prefer anyway, wouldn't
That'd be yes, I think that'd be best for the town anyway.
You mentioned JT. Did he mention at all that first one being in JT's way?
No, actually, no. That drive would still be through to the back pond for filling, but yeah, that'd still be open. So this is not, his recommendation is just mine to kind of tell you what I think.
Okay.
And I will talk with you more, of course, but I think we got, quite a ways out before this is gonna happen. But I just wanted to bring it to your attention and tell you what I found. I did walk it all and that's kind of the paths I saw that was possible. The third one would be expensive. We're gonna put some money into that one. So it is my least favorite.
Number 2, what would be the road the entrance on that? Is
Number
that
2
an alley?
it would come off of New Jersey.
Okay.
I believe I have it.
Right along the
Follows the
road?
old railroad track.
Yeah, straight down the old railroad track. Maybe I did
Which
not
he
draw.
owns anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
his property. We have a right of way next to that. But I, I hesitate to use that too, especially the railroad, actually, the old railroad bed comes off New Jersey, the same height.
Okay.
So it'd be real nice to use. And like I said, I'm sure it's got a good bed in there with all that gravel over the years.
Okay.
It's always seemed pretty solid.
All right, talk to him a little bit more and tell him that these are our options and.
See what direction he wants?
Yeah.
Okay. I did, look at that too. I don't know where the trail would come through, but possibly up on the edge of South, Railroad, I'm sorry, North Railroad, or along His New Drive, one or the other there, but I think there's room for both. Because we want to keep thinking about the trail, and I'm assuming it'll go through there. But yeah, that's about all I have on that. I did notice, the corner of Nobles and, South Street is actually considered his property too, so we may ask him to abandon that to us, so
Okay.
he wouldn't have the liability of that, and we could maintain that.
Okay.
And, that's all I had on that one.
Okay.
I do have, wanted to decommission some items I've got. I hesitate just to throw anything away or disassemble it for parts till I kind of bring it to you guys. I do have the old sewer camera, that we had, and it's been replaced. So I'd like to, get rid of that, sell it if it's got any value, or, if we get parts of it, do that, or just scrap it out. But it's completely failed. Then I also have, goodness, lots of odds and ends, like the old style flashers, that take batteries, they're not rechargeable, and they don't work off LED, it's not LED lights, just small items like that. We have some old scrap hose that the fire department gave us years ago, and, some of it's mouse eaten and stuff, and I'd like to abandon any of that. It's, I'll keep some of it if it's usable, but our need would be, just an emergency situation. We wouldn't need a lot of that. The old tractor equipment we have, I need to go through that. I don't know what all works, what's duplicates, what we'll work on that tractor we have. So there's some pieces there I need to probably get rid of or sell, preferably sell anything that's sellable. And the old lawnmower also will need to sell that. Then of course the old truck will need to be sold too. And then I have a busted plow too. That plow we replaced. And it was the old, what I was considering the pond plow. And we replaced it with the project money. And that's about it. But all that, if it's over $1,000, we'd have to do bids. Any of those have value over that. Other than that, we could just sell them off, or scrap them, or, take parts of them we can use.
I told you I was gonna bring that red book and I left it on my desk.
Okay.
But anything that's under $1,000 as a single item does not have to come in a sealed bid. If it's grouped together and it's under 5,000, it does not have to be a sealed bid. But anything over those two amounts has to be a sealed bid. And he hasn't gotten cost on those,
Yeah.
especially like the lawnmower and the
Yeah, I
truck.
don't want to get rid of it. Then I want to look at that. If it's, if there's anything I can do where it's a usable item, we can get more money out of it. So I'd like the opportunity to do that. But at present, everything's under $1,000.
Even the truck and lawnmower?
Yeah.
How would you want to get rid of it as far as put online or something?
I guess I'll probably come to Teresa and ask her at that point.
If we advertised it, I would put it on Facebook and advertise it here because we get more out of that than we do anything.
The lawnmower was overheating, and of course, we don't want to sell anything under, false. So I really, if I can fix that though, if we can find a way to take care of that and find the, problem, her tore it apart several times and didn't have any luck with it, but I like to chance at it myself. So maybe we can get some decent money out of that. But, I want to be sure that it's, good enough for somebody to cut a yard with anyway.
And anything that we had to have sealed bids on, he's gonna have to come back to the council for you to okay a price.
So, I guess what I'm saying, obviously I'm trying to do a cleanup and get some of this stuff organized and cleaned up. So I definitely want to make you aware of it and make sure that's okay. I don't like to scrap out or get rid of anything. And the item I did not add is the sewage auger that we have down there at the shop too. We're not gonna use that, and I can't find anybody that wants it. So that would have to be taken to, whatever it's bringing scrap.
Scrap metal.
Yeah.
We bought that like off of New Pal or something.
Yeah. I don't know if it was bought or donated. I really have no idea on that.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I need to make a motion.
No, it's just not until we
Okay.
do something.
All right.
And that's all I got.
Okay, thank you.
Let me rephrase that. Unless you want him, if he has some items that bring under those amounts, and you want him to go ahead and, try to put those out for sale that don't have to have a sealed bid. Or do you want him just to bring it to you next meeting?
Just bring it to this next meeting.
Okay.
What do you think? You can get some stuff for, but the stuff that you're not gonna use, like the hose and stuff like that, just go ahead.
Just go through it. Okay.
If it's not worth anything.
Yeah, it is a pallet full of,
Yeah.
odds and ends, and I appreciate it from the fire department, but it's nothing we're gonna use that kind of quantity of.
They got rid of it for a reason.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. Somebody gonna fill in for Josh?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's me. I'm Faith Josh today. So fire department had 40 total runs in the month of February, 6 fire calls, 27 EMS, and 7 motor vehicle accident crashes. Our annual breakfast is set for April 4th, so that's coming up. Come get breakfast, yay, free will donation. Station update, permit is ready. So light pole in the front of the new station has been moved. If you've been by, you've seen that. Micah has the permit now, so.
Do you know when they're gonna start?
He's not given us a super clear timeline, because I know his crews are obviously on other projects and stuff right now. He's hoping to get started on footers soon, weather allowing, as it is snowing now.
Who's been in contact with them?
Josh, Jared. Josh and Jared, does that sound right? Yeah, basically
That's
Josh
pretty
and
much it.
Jared.
Will you have them get with the contractor and try to stay off Main Street as much
Yeah.
as they can?
I will. It's been discussed that they would
I was
park.
very say, we talked about shutting down the alleyway at one
Okay.
point, so
We obviously have not brought that before you guys yet, but we had been talking amongst ourselves to try and,
Honestly, I
Keep
think
it
it'd be a
off
great
Main
idea
Street.
to just shut the alley down when they're,
that's kind of what we were thinking
Start
when they have all that heavy
construction.
equipment, we're
Yeah.
on Main,
I was
we
gonna
don't want it
say,
on Main Street,
I
parking
think
our
we
trucks
Well,
either.
there's
talked about shutting down from the
Nobody
South
that
Street
parks back there.
at least until the edge of our physical property now.
Right. I think the only people that use that alley are
Me,
firefighters coming to and
Yeah.
from the station, so
right.
we'll deal with that. Mason's fine.
So if we need to make a motion on it, we could do that next month.
Okay, yeah, we'll try to get, I don't know, have them say something to the contractor and then we can try and get maybe starting dates
Okay.
of when they'll have equipment out, if that's possible. I'd like to give you guys.
I know he
dates,
hinted
but-
at around May area, so
Oh, May?
Maybe.
that was, yeah.
And
Okay.
It's, the timeline was still pretty up in the air the last time that he was at the station.
Okay.
They did approve brick colors. It looks nice. It's what was brought before you guys. He just brought samples for us to look at and go, yeah, that looks like a building. So it'll be that gray and black that was presented in the original pictures.
Okay.
So, but, I'll make a note to have Josh and Jared talk to them about
Okay.
staying off the main street, cause
We will close that
yeah,
alley down.
close
if
that
we
alley
need
down.
to.
Okay. I think that'd be the easiest. That's all I had.
So that's it? Thank you. Brian?
We had 226 calls. We've got 14 open cases. 89 calls in town. And 481 hours for the month. The company out of Illinois by the name of Darley Company, they have come to us to start a drone program. Cost we have in it is to fly it. I think it was only a couple $100 a piece.
Okay.
It does not have a FLIR camera on it, but it's got a very nice camera on it. At 400 feet, you can see downtown Indianapolis with it. So, I mean, we can use it for anything if need be. Mark has been working on the grant to replace Roger's car. The update he gave me today is he spoke to, I think it's Alex down the USDA. Not looking very favorable.
I don't think you'll probably get through USDA.
And that's pretty much what they said today.
When I talked to them, it doesn't seem very likely.
Yeah, they told him that the money is really tight this year. So we may not get a grant for it, but he's working on it. The only other thing I've got is new officers. We did a hiring process, to replace to hire the two that you approved, Samantha Maroney and Brent Pimentel. Neither one have experience. They'll have to go through the school. And we have, Brandon Depp, he resigned. And I'd like to fill his position, with Kenneth Wright. He's ILEA certified.
What was the second name you mentioned?
Brent Pimentel.
How do you go about selecting these people? Do you just do an ad out?
Once we'll go through them, we do a full background, and do a couple different interviews. And then we bring them back and they do a physical agility test, and then they do the written exam.
So they've had no experience in police work before this?
One's an EMT for Henry County, the female, and then the Pimentel subject is a parole officer for the state, and then Kenneth Wright, he is a full-time officer of community health.
I'd like to make a motion for,
I have a couple of questions. What are you approving right now?
just the three, the hire.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion for Samantha Maroney, Brent Pentel, Kenneth Wright, be on reserve police department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
My question is with the drones, Brian, because you didn't mention insurance cost on the drone, or if there's I don't know anything about drones, so I'm thinking insurance costs for the drone because of replacement of it, but also insurance on if somebody says, hey, I don't like that drone being flown over my property or whatever. And also, is there a flying license?
That's what we're going through now.
Well, I know that you're getting the pilot license, but is there is it FDA?
FAA, that's what this is.
Okay, but there's not another license besides you have to have those
No.
licenses? That's what,
Yeah, as far as the insurance, that's a question you'd have to ask insurance.
well, I know, I'm just gonna be a cost on that, that's what I was saying.
I have no.
Because, I mean, if you've got a piece of equipment that's $12,000, you kind of want it insured. You don't think that's important?
Hey, that's up to you.
I don't know how this works if you, so I've never done one of these things for you guys. Obviously I'm pro law enforcement and you guys know that, but, something you may consider, you've already passed the motion, all that kind of stuff, is, that officer that he said is, gonna be a reserve here and also double badged at community, right? I'm assuming it's a tier 2 department.
Yeah.
So, something you may consider is the off-duty employment, which is typically a lot of the times why, ILEA people come to small town departments to go work, off-duty employment. There's liability in him having 2 badges, so if he screws up and does something wrong at community, it should fall in community, but doesn't always, so that's, something that should concern you. There's some limitations around off-duty employment or things depending on who he's going through. That should be well documented, permitted, all those kind of fun things for like, if Brian's approving, I don't know what the process is for that, but just something to bring up that having him double badged is technically, is liability for the town. So I say this as being a reserve officer, with a small town in Lynn County, so I know how it works. And so that's just one of the things that, you know, we look for is concerns around people actually working off-duty employment. We require permits for all of that kind of stuff. And then, you know, making sure that they require the hours and things that they're working. Like, I don't see anything here that displays like the reserves that we have or the hours that the reserves are working. I believe we have like 12 reserves or something, or 9 reserves. And the hours, 400 and something hours is awesome, but how many of those reserves are actually making their hours? Is that all of 2 reserves making up those hours with the full-time people and making sure that they're not just working off duty employment and they're not actually making their hours? So that's just my 2 cents in looking at this.
Are the reserves getting their hours?
They wouldn't be here. I will tell you that.
Okay.
And I don't allow them, if they're new here, they don't work off duty employment for a minimum of a year.
Okay.
Well, you just said that would already be off-duty employment, right, because he has another position?
No, that's not off-duty. Off-duty employment's like going and working security, like the Wheeler mission or something like that. The double badge thing is technically, if I go out and I commits a felony in front of me and I'm required to act in that, if I don't follow procedures and things. So the other thing to be considered is SOPs for the town of Shirley may be different than SOPs for use of force, arresting procedures, you know, things like when do you double cuff them, when do you, you know, when you put them in the back of the car, how do you do that? Use of force policies, they're, you know, hopefully, you know, I'm sure that Shirley follows the Indiana State Police standard for use of force. Everybody's required to. But there's limitations and more restrictions that departments can put on that. So if there's a variation and that officer were to use that in public and they didn't follow the one of community but they followed the one of Shirley, then they can just say, well, Shirley showed me this, right? And this is what the Shirley ability for you guys.
Do you have any more questions?
No, that was the only one. I just want to make sure we know about the insurance costs and.
That's tough.
I don't know if they must request.
Our attorney's not here, so I don't know.
I don't, I'm just asking this, a question.
Yeah, there's a donation. Is that it, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Teresa, you're up.
I don't really have a lot, I just kind of wanted to, if you look at the fund report instead of the appropriation, and, if you go to 6101 where it says water utility operating, in the second and third columns, you'll see the amount that's been dispersed and the amount that we brought in. Of course, you always want the amount brought in more than dispersed, which it is. And then if you go to the wastewater, it's the opposite. And that happened, I just want you to know that that happens a lot because like, we have people that don't pay their utility bills until after the first of the month. And this is taken at the end of February, so like by March something, it'll come back together, then it goes back down again when I make the payment for our SRF loan. But at the end of the year, it seems like it always ends up like we're still increasing that fund, not by a lot, but by a little bit. But I do watch that a lot, so you guys are looking at the reports and stuff that you could, look and make sure that we aren't spending more than we're bringing in. The only ones that would be like that would be like Riverboat or something like that. And then everything else seems to be okay with, I've looked through the funds, and I think we're still on track, so, on the appropriations. Yes, sir.
So it's still growing.
Yeah. I lost my place, there it is. Comp hours, Wendell has 57, Colton has 35. Last Sunday before I went to conference, I forgot to ask you if I fill my car with gas. I did it anyway. But I've also made a couple of trips to Greenfield and Newcastle for having to do liens. That's what I was doing. Like, I filed a lien against some properties, so I had to go to Newcastle to do one, and I think I did 4 at Hancock County.
Okay.
But I ended up having to go to Hancock County twice because I don't put paperwork right. Then we have the animal ordinance, and Emily made those adjustments that we were talking about with the pigs.
Pigs.
With pigs. Pigs.
For what page that was, then what?
Emily, what page it was?
Let me see your copy.
This is one in yellow?
I
Yep.
don't know how many. Yeah.
Okay.
You highlighted
Page
it.
9.
Yes. Direct your attention to 9. It's probably not on, highlighted on that one because that's the original stuff. I guess it is. It's okay though.
Oh, I can go.
No, it's not. That way people,
There's just one resident,
there were 2, wasn't
or just one,
there? Just one,
but 2 pigs.
just in case.
That's right, Beth. It does say she.
I can make that.
The pigs are residents.
The pigs actually are residents in the town.
Until
I
they-
can put a 1 here, mark that out, put a 1 with
Yeah.
my.
I can fix that on the flash drive. That is me getting that switched.
Plus, I don't think that
We can
really
also
says,
reprint
that doesn't really state that this, after
Yes,
these
that
pigs
is
are
the
gone,
ordinance
there's to
number
be
for
no
those.
more with these people either. We talked about that, adding something, so that they know.
For
It
what
is
is,
reading the current potbelly pigs within their property. Aside from these current owners, there's to be no keeping. I can see that, but I'm not sure if that's clear enough.
No keeping of domestic farm animals. Like as a whole.
But if they have new potbelly pig, what if they decide, oh, we're gonna get, one dies and they're gonna get another one?
Right, and that was something that was discussed with them originally, with the county council, when they did approve those, was that, like, it's just these 2 pigs, you can't replace the ones that have been deceased. And feel like that needed to be specifically written there, but we can always
Just
adjust.
whatever you think, I just don't.
so fenced in, you're not gonna see them anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't see him or hear him, so.
That's my problem, yeah. Yeah, if we need to adjust the language on that, we left it open as domestic animals just because it kind of covers the whole gambit of what in the,
domestic farm animals.
what in there is labeled as domestic farm animals, and it goes into specifics, based on like the genus and species of the animals. So it's not just isolating it to the pot that says, don't keep any of these, here is a list. So that can be adjusted if we want to adjust that as well.
You go ahead and pass this,
Um,
or do you want to fix it, then pass it?
You can fix it here, we can strike out the language if you wanna go ahead and pass it, or we can fix it and bring it.
Just bring it to the next one.
Okay.
Next.
So you want us to clean up that language? Okay.
Do you want it to specifically go into, what do you want cleaned up in that language?
The 2 residents, and there was 2 pigs. And what else did you want, Linda?
Well, just something that says, you know, we're allowing these residents to have these potbelly pigs, but now are they gonna think that once these pigs are gone, that they can get more pigs? If that's not what we want, then we need to probably say it's just limited to these 2 pigs, and once they are gone.
Currently living. So we could possibly put something in parentheses or something there that says
You can make a
they
notation.
can't be
Or maybe
replaced.
I'm reading more into it than what needs to be read.
Well, it's better to have more than less.
You know what you want?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
just-
recorded, so I can go back and revisit it if I forget later, so,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that makes sense.
Thank you.
That was the only change we made, right? That was it.
Yeah,
Then, the next 2 we're still working through, and the third one, the alternate BZA. I thought Jason was gonna be here, maybe he's out of town or something, I don't know. But I did talk with him through text, and he has asked Ben Ferlani to be, did I do that right? To be the
alternate.
thank you, alternate person for, the zoning. And Ben has agreed to it, we just need to vote on it. If you would like to have Ben Ferlani as the alternate.
Or you can kick him out if you want.
Are you willing
thinking
to accept it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can make a motion for Benjamin Lonnie to be our alternate BZA person.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
of that?
carried.
If I could vote on that.
Yeah, that's my husband.
Oh, okay.
I guess I do have to.
I guess we didn't, we just assumed everybody else knew that, right?
Rolani's not a common name.
Thank you, Ben.
The shelter house floor has been completed, if you haven't seen it.
Looks good.
It looks really good. It really does. It took some time and extra money, but it does look nice. The new tables also came in. I haven't talked to Jeff again since they came in, but I will do that.
Just send him a thank you.
Saying a thank you, he hasn't said anything.
Oh, yeah?
No, that's what I meant.
Okay.
I just haven't told him yet. And then we have some annexation, a proposal for annexation for the park into the town. I think you have a copy of that in your paperwork there, which also requires a signature. Emily finally found the description.
Don't ask me to do that again, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it was.
I argued with so many county officials, it's not even funny.
And then you found the deed, we found the deed, well, we didn't, you found the deed,
I found a copy of the deed,
yeah,
still works.
so.
It was in a shoebox in the safe, if anybody's wondering.
That tracks.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Oh, it also took a call to Virginia too.
That should have been my first step. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
called
that-
Virginia Harrell.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, I've been looking for this
You're like,
for 2 weeks.
She said it's behind the kitchen.
No, she's literally like, oh yeah, well, you need to check on this shelf. And I was like, you're a genius.
Right.
Is that where you found it?
Yes.
Of course
Because-
it is.
Of course.
You know, and we kept going back and forth, will we get in a long conversation with Virginia? Will she know what we're talking about?
Will she
Because we
know
don't
who we
what
are?
kind of, how her mind is, so it was just, yeah, a lot.
Yes.
Still at home.
The,
Yeah. Her phone number's still the same. She told me
what
she's
you
not
got right
changing.
there.
Yes.
And you need to sign this one, that says copy.
You have to, you just
Oh.
have to.
I need more motion.
Yes,
Wonderful, wonderful. She's so
This
sweet.
is for the park, right?
yes, this is the annex, the park, which is what, the description
And what?
does. It's, the proposal doesn't say we're annexing the park.
Oh, that's why you have exhibit B and A and B.
And there's
Just
two
say them in
exhibits
order.
there.
2 exhibits
Gives you the
listing
legal description of it,
the addresses,
and
parcel
then
IDs,
it's
tax ID
outlined
numbers.
here in the second, on the third page of that.
Yes. And because the town is owners of it, you guys are
It's gonna be a no
the
contested
people for that.
annexation as far as, because we own it all.
There's not a dispute.
But there's still a
between
process, we still have to have a public hearing and yada, 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 yada.
Yes.
We still have to go the process, even though we own it.
Yes.
Which is crazy, but
I know.
still.
Bureaucracy, yay!
Red tape, yep.
It's a process.
It is a
Absolutely.
process.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the proposal for annexation into the town of Shirley with the legal description of Exhibit B.
Sorry.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
In your packet, there's a, picture that looks like this, it says barnuminium on it.
Yep.
After we talked about that last meeting, and then I called zoning, and anything that is an R25, an R35, or an R5, which is all residential, which is the entire town, you cannot build a barnuminium
Unless you wanna change your zoning.
unless you want to change your zoning.
We don't want to do that, do we, Wendy?
No.
Okay.
You're not.
So that's why I was showing you, I just sent you that map, or gave you that map so you would see what I was talking about. But
So inside this area, they cannot build a,
no, that's all the town boundaries right there.
So, yeah.
And then it doesn't have all the boundaries here, it only shows Wendell Williams, but this is part of town here, and this is part of town here, and it's one of these is part of town too. For some reason, it's not showing those, but they are.
Okay.
On the other side of Lee, on the south side of Lee Street. So, I just wanted to,
so
But you
no
know-
barn dominium.
I know, I had to look that word up to spell it. Then the next thing we have, I think you have a copy of it too, is a financial agreement with, his name is Larry Tipton. He came in and did all of he updates and does all the numbers for our capital assets. He's also suggested that we change our capital asset value from 2,000, make it up to 5,000. Because currently, anything over $2,000 has to be on our capital asset paperwork. So the reason to move it up to 5 is because most communities are like that. And it just makes it a little bit easier, that you don't have to include.
Could have been the budget.
No, it's not us spending money, it's
How it's done.
like a
how it's
threshold.
done. So if you have a piece of equipment, whether it's like the lawnmower, if it was under $5,000, we wouldn't have to put it on the capital, like the old one that he's talking about.
Capital asset sheet.
Okay. Like to make a motion for the agreement financial and accounting consultant for Larry Tippin. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Oh, and I was gonna tell you too, I paid him dearly. He comes from Terre Haute. He was here probably 2 or 3 hours. He charged us $200 for that. That's $200 we were spent. Because it goes on our annual financial report too, as well, which I already have done.
Very worth it.
I can, if you want to see a copy of that or something, you've probably got emails or something about it. Then the capital asset ordinance, it's just amending the ordinance, and Julie has seen all of these too. Amending the capitalization ordinance and making it a capital assets like it's supposed to be for machinery and equipment. You have a copy of that as well, don't you?
Yes.
So that's what that one is for.
I'd like to make a motion to accept ordinance 2026-03, 16A, capital asset ordinance.
Sorry.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
There's that to be signed. And then, when, we have the building code ordinance change, the wind ordinance, the unsafe building ordinance, the planning and zoning, and the interlocal, all on the agenda. That's all with those paperworks that I have given you to review. Julie is still, we haven't heard back from both of the counties yet, from their attorneys. And so we're still in waiting for that, but she has put the paperwork out there. And we're just waiting on them. So she's drafted an interlocal agreement. And then there's a wind ordinance and another ordinance that has to do with the unsafe buildings, which puts the wind ordinance in with that. So kind of whichever one they want to approve. I found that out today.
That's cool.
I know. So anyway, those are just for your review. And then I also gave you the resolution for the annexation and another paper on annexation also. And so we don't have to deal with those, just for you to review those. White tables at the shelter house. What do you want to do with them?
So,
We can do that. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to sell them and then give people who work here an opportunity first to purchase them? I know different employees have, I think there's several that have said, we would like some of those, we would like some of those.
that's fine.
So, and how much, if we're going to sell them, what are we gonna sell them for?
Linda?
I know that a lot of them aren't in very good shape, so.
Wow, how much?
Yeah, if I'm asking you,
Yeah.
Robin.
Are they 8-foot tables?
Yeah,
Aren't they?
Yeah.
they're the white ones that were at the shelter house.
With the folding legs, yeah.
Yeah, we just replaced them with black ones.
Black tabletop.
So how many tables do you think there are?
How many tables are there?
20.
30
probably.
25 or 30? Yeah.
The white, we got 27 new ones, but I think there's like maybe close to 20, wouldn't you say, Wendell?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Something like that,
I think there's probably gonna be 3 or 4 that aren't, well, they might,
that aren't,
they're not much.
right.
Right. I don't know that I ever counted them when I
The
was
new ones
growing up.
were 147 apiece. Those are probably at least, I'm gonna guess 20 years old.
Sounds about right.
Probably.
Taylor Marty mentioned that they went to Costco or Sam's Club to go get them. So, yeah.
Yep, that definitely tracks.
Marty can tell you the minute and the day.
You like me to call.
Do you want to get off the phone?
He will give you the information and then hang up on you though. Before we sit and talk on the phone. He keeps-
Depends on what information you're looking for.
That is true. Don't call my fire department. That will be 3 hours.
At least.
I'm not gonna put it on social media, yeah, don't, in case, like if you, one of you guys want one, us or Brian, or I know Becky's has mentioned that she wants some.
I'd say whoever wants them that's close to the town or works for the town gets first dibs. Anything after that, I'd probably reach out to the auction guy and see if he wants any of them. Or if we're gonna allow him to still do auctions up there, maybe stash away. We're not,
No, we're not.
okay.
Nope.
Maybe
Is that what messed the
churches.
floor up?
Not with the money we just put into the floor.
I figured that's what happened.
We watched a lot of stuff come out of there that probably shouldn't have been
That's
inside.
Yeah.
what we found out.
Yeah. That's what it is, but yes.
So, yeah, let, like you said, people close to the town, purchase them first.
How about we ask the employees of the town if they want tables and like limit them to 1 or 2, so that more people than that one.
Yeah.
And like, we could put everybody's name in a hat or something, and then they get first, that person you draw out would get first choice. I mean, I'm trying to make it fair. Because there are some tables that are better than other tables.
Some have holes in them. Not, burn holes or pin holes. not-
We're gonna let
nothing
Wendell
major.
take care of it all.
Oh, okay. All right.
We work together on it.
Okay.
And you said 20?
just throw a number out there.
That's, you guys need to vote on whatever you wanna vote on there with that.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to sell the white tables, 8-foot tables, for $20 each,
With employees.
with employees first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Close for event sim building.
Those are not in yet.
We don't have them in yet.
He's still waiting on some people to
It's,
get
it's
back
hard
him
to
with
get
written
quotes back, so we're still waiting on quotes.
Well, and some of the contractors don't actually use anything internet.
Or email or anything.
They do excellent work, but it is snail mail. So we are waiting on it.
I live with one of those.
Because they couldn't find.
I can't say that about him. He's all tech.
So we're still waiting on those,
25 more years.
which is that building we're talking about,
Okay.
okay?
He'd have to
And
retire at
then
that point.
you guys should have a packet, Robin's looking at it right now. Wendell has been researching to get a
Floor cover.
floor scrubber. We're looking, something that's small but still usable. If you want to do that versus hand mopping it. I posted signs in the cleaning room, and I'll probably make some more and post some more, that says absolutely no chemicals to be used. A
Dawn dish
little,
soap
a
and
little
water
Dawn
only.
dish soap and a lot of water.
Yeah.
But no chemicals. And Wendell's done research on these, so if you have questions, ask him.
Wendell, which one looks the best?
Well, they all have pluses and minuses. I mean, they're smaller units. I mean, you could try the smallest if you wanted to, first and see how that works out. But, I think I'd go one up from that, either I don't have a name on that one, but that unit there, the 1449 or the
Hold that up
1897.
again, the one in your hand. Is it this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Or this other unit here. I think the larger one we could bypass for now.
Let me see how small it works out.
So black and yellow or gray and orange.
But I think that any of them would work. The smallest one has two smaller brushes, which has its plus. Like I said, you can get into the corners a little better with it. The 995.
That's this one.
I'm just really worried about using brushes on that floor. I'm just not sure brushes is.
They're, what'd you tell me?
Nylon. He said to use nylon brushes, yes.
They're all nylon.
I believe these are all nylon, yes.
If I remember right, there for those kind of floors too, I don't know.
Yeah, they all
I
for
didn't
that kind
actually
of
read
floor.
through it.
I know it said that, it said the epoxy floors and everything, but it's, I'll use the brush on.
But the guy that installed it, that's what he recommended to use. It was a nylon, cleaning machine like this. Nylon brush cleaning.
Which one would you prefer, Wendell?
You really need to be asking Donna.
Yeah, that's probably true. I have talked to her about it, and I told her, we were gonna try to do a smaller unit. They had larger units that were self-propelled, but, it gets pretty pricey. I wanna make it bulky where it's hard for her to handle. I guess I was kinda leaning towards this one.
The orange and gray one.
Black and yellow.
The cinnamon.
No,
cinnamon,
the other one there,
The yellow and black,
yes. I guess I was kinda leaning towards that one.
the 1897.
But either one of those I think would be fine. I don't think there's any,
It looks like it's got good vacuum on it.
either one of them. I don't think either one of them had much variation from the other.
What's this wheel in the front right here?
Just the guy
Yeah,
for the wall.
Oh, okay.
Does this have a weight on them, how much they weigh? Should be able to manage that.
Well, what the videos I looked at, of course, and they're gonna make it look easy, but they all look like they.
Easy, right?
Yeah, they all look like they moved easy. We don't have package weight on that, or I don't have weight on that one. But I thought all these would probably do it in one fill up.
Probably for that. Sounds terrible.
I don't see a weight on these.
And it's something that wouldn't need to be done all the time, you know what I mean?
Once a quarter.
What I tried to stay away from was corded, because I was afraid they wouldn't use it, and then of course it's something else in the way, and it becomes you're using water with an extension cord across the floor, and
That scares me.
I just thought this was a better way to go.
This wouldn't be for like public use, right? You guys would be the ones that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that one?
That's fine.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to purchase the Crystal Floor Scrubber, 16-inch, 8-gallon battery powered floor scrubber for $18.97.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I do have a couple of questions that I've added to my agenda, just because I want to make you aware of them and your thoughts. I thought the gentleman was going to be here tonight, but he's not. There's a house at 113 Meridian. He's in the process of remodeling it. It's a single-family, 2-story house that he wants to make into 2 apartments up and down. I don't know what your thoughts or anything are on that.
Can he do that?
I don't know. It would have to be brought, because it is a single family residence, it'd probably have to go before the BZA for an exception. Could be my guess, but I don't know.
His zoning would be different.
That's been.
I don't know yet.
Wait,
I'll tell you later.
I do want to weigh in.
We phone a friend.
I mean,
I have some issues with it, because if we allow one,
That's right.
then we get more
many
than
others?
that is
We're
here.
getting ready to put a comprehensive plan together for this town to improve it. I'm not sure that fits in with,
Okay, that's fine.
with that.
Apartments always bring not so awesome people
And
in,
you've got
especially if
nice
they're
home across the
affordable,
street from
and do they maintain them?
You run into liability
yeah,
issues.
All those kinds of things that fall into
You know what, one do
problems.
it the right way, one's gonna do it illegally.
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
Right, well, he's already started, so he's already not done it the right way.
Good.
I mean, he's had some problems with, I think his electric and stuff he's been talking about, then he came in to talk about water and stuff. And he's planning on putting stairs on the outside for the 2nd-story one, and
Now tell him to stop.
I am not a fan, so I will,
I just don't think that's best for the town. I think
could you make that a motion so that I can tell him that? And then I will also talk with the building and zoning for the county.
Who is it?
His name is Jacob Hancock. You can abstain if you would like.
No, I didn't take this on to.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, if you can't, you don't have to, but you can.
I'd like to make a motion that Jacob Hancock does not make his 2-story family dwelling into 2 apartments.
Second.
All those in favor?
I
Opposed? Motion carried.
went to Google Maps.
That's
Oh,
it?
the grass is mowed now, but because he's been remodeling, he didn't get a dumpster or anything, and he's getting ready to get a ladder too.
Yeah.
So, and the one next to him also has a dumpster.
along with some others here in town. Also, the pizza guy is the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
Counselor.
He owns the building that is next to him,
Eric.
Eric Chandler,
Counselor.
counselor.
You were so close, Teresa.
I was, the building that is next to him, I am pretty positive because of the amount of water that's being used in that building, that somebody is living in the back of it. If you look at the front, it's covered with black
Yes.
plastic. Yes, the old flower shop.
Oh,
That's made for business, it's
yeah, that's not residential zoned.
See, that needs to stop too.
They also converted the old pizza shop into a house.
And he was supposed to have he was supposed to have some sort of guitar thing or something in the
Yes.
front of that, and he's never done that. And he had to go to the county and get a variance to do what he did.
Correct.
And the county went on our,
They're gonna go on what you said.
yeah,
Correct.
You get first say.
If we're gonna make a comprehensive plan, we need to keep our businesses, in my opinion.
So you're gonna send a letter to them?
I
Cause we don't
can't.
know for sure they,
right. I would say by looking at the water bill, they are, but I'm not positive.
Does our new drone have a heat sensor on it? How much is that attachment?
And then, along with that, there's this wonderful camper on there at the corner of South and Pennsylvania. It has an electrical cord running to it.
There's
It
somebody
has
staying
a
in
slide out, but the slide out's not open.
The ladder's blocking the sidewalk. I
Yeah,
had
the
to walk my grandkids.
The
there.
stairs are always
Yeah.
out. We have to walk on the opposite side.
There was a guy watching TV and.
Brian,
Yes.
can he park that trailer there?
It's in the right of way.
Because it's actually the town's right away, am I right?
It's town's right away, but, I mean, you allow cars out there, correct?
Well, I guess you allow cars to park there, yeah, right? I don't know the law, that's what I'm asking.
Right, can they block the sidewalk like that?
Right.
It has out
It's
of
not
state
supposed-
plates on it. They're
Yeah,
not.
It's not
Colorado
supposed to
tax.
block the sidewalk.
I would think you couldn't block the sidewalk with any.
Nothing is
Well, he
supposed
shouldn't
to.
know.
It should block the sidewalk, but if they move it out, it's gonna be in the street again.
Right.
But his
So-
stairs are always out blocking the entire sidewalk.
So I'd say send them a letter.
Okay,
We
I just
made
want to make sure,
Considered it.
We've made them move it once, last year. We made them pull it down to where it is, because they had it right at the curb.
on the corner. Okay, so we'll send them a letter as well.
I
That's
know
all.
what you'll be doing tomorrow, Emily.
Yay, letters!
Do we need to send another
It's
letter
been
to
here for
our
a year.
burnt house?
That's on the
Year.
It's
list.
required to get it replanted in Indiana,
Rear, yes.
but.
Yeah, we will.
She said it's been here for a
He said he
year.
would get back on it, but he
So
also
you can
has
tell
some.
it.
Yeah, it's past time.
He has not gone
That
back
might be
on
a
it.
way to get him just to.
He did?
Really?
Those
Well,
people.
there's also a fire there in January.
I did
I
not
think
think that he would
Somebody
get
in
back.
Colorado.
My, plant
Bunch of brush they
superintendent, Howard
put in a
told
big
her
pile,
that
pit in the ground, lit on fire and all.
somebody stole it, and they went and said, hey, it's his property, give it back to him, or you'll be arrested, and they give it back to him.
Well, at least I gave it back.
Well, I knew that he came in to file a report, I think with it was Roger that he filed the report with Howard.
Howard Rear, yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
think he recovered everything.
Yeah.
that's what he said,
Yeah.
what Dave said. That's good, I'm glad, because he was out a lot of tools.
Mhm. But he needs to clean the mess up.
Yeah, we will send him a letter too.
When was that?
There are some others that we're gonna be sending some letters to.
2 years ago?
I've got another one at,
I think so.
on Depot
Year and a half,
Street where the alley and the Depot Street comes out to Center Street. There's a whole bunch of just junk in that corner right there.
Jerry Moore?
It's not Jerry's though, it's Eric's. Cause Eric bought the house off of Jerry,
Yeah.
so. So we're gonna send him a letter as well.
We're gonna start working on that unkept
Yeah.
property letters and lists going out.
The one of Howard's on North Street and Meridian, the burnt.
Yeah.
Because that guy doesn't have the money to get it cleaned up. That's been,
He's been doing a little bit at a time when he
Right.
can.
Correct.
Daryl Miller asked me the other day if they pulled all of the vinyl out of it from the siding, could you guys reburn it as a controlled burn and just get rid of it for him?
I'm sure we could, but I'd have to check with Josh.
It depends because we don't necessarily know what all is left in that pile. So it could be an EPF level.
Ammo.
Yeah, we encounter all kinds of crap in people's
I think the
houses.
biggest thing we'd have to watch out for if we did that would just be propane tanks, because I know he did not have heat in the house.
And the age of the house could potentially play into if he had any asbestos siding and stuff like that, because we cannot burn any of that under EPA.
They asked, so.
No, yeah,
I'm sure.
that would definitely be a Josh question.
The other option
It'd be an
is,
Andy question if we're being honest.
if he does it on his own, is a controlled burn.
Correct.
Then we're not
Unless
involved.
there are complaints, the fire department does not put it out,
But the lady that had to replace her sign might get a little nervous.
but
What if we just like park down the road where nobody can see us?
there is an ordinance against burning. There is an ordinance about it being contained, not being near structures, and not being out of control to the point that it is a concern for other structures, life forms.
I know they could never burn the house.
Right, and I think that would be the concern of the neighbor. There was a burn there in January, mid-January, where somebody had lit stuff in a pit
Mhm.
and it was blowing embers toward the neighbor's house that she just recited again. So we had to go out at 3 a.m, sub-zero, and put it out. So my concern is it's not being taken care of anyways. And if they were to do a controlled burn, they're not doing a good job controlling it to begin with.
You live in a county.
Yeah, yeah, you guys are.
That's right. That's right. That's what you're
If we don't get complaints, it's not my problem.
burnt the town's Christmas tree.
Yeah, I burned down Christmas tree, okay?
That's okay.
Hey, as long as I can't see it from my house, we're golden.
If you don't
You're
set
gonna see
Mason's
it.
house on fire, it's fine.
Have we not seen
When we first moved in, I used to get calls. I used to have a volunteer fire department guy or two that would cruise past and check, say like, are you good? Now they're just like, oh, it's Trish over there, she's fine.
I don't know that we could burn that as a department now. For
I know
them
they
to
would never
burn
burn the
stuff,
one next to mom and Dennis because of the
God,
way
it's-
it sat and they
it's
weren't sure what was in
very-
it and.
It's very picky about what we
Yeah.
can and cannot use as a controlled burn. So for all of our trainings, we literally have to use untreated pallet wood and straw. Because we can't put any extra emissions into the air. So should the homeowner decide that they're going to do a controlled burn, if it is actually controlled and contained and there are no complaints from neighbors, citizens, or concerns for safety, the fire department would not necessarily have to put it out. Wendell, does that sound right? Okay.
Just tell them not to catch the shed on fire.
Well, don't catch the neighbors, the shed.
Maybe just move it more toward that woods.
Dude, that's where I would
Don't,
go.
yeah.
Right, just shove it.
There's a building there
Shove it that
somewhere.
way.
There is a building in there.
Maybe don't do it when it's this windy out. It's just a thought.
Well, now would be the perfect time.
No, it would not.
No.
I mean, if you want to tell
I
them
don't
that,
have
you're right.
anything else.
You're on your own, bud.
Bring this in.
I'm about to be on my own next week anyways.
That's true.
I'd like to make a motion to approve claims to be paid.
Sorry.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to make a motion to approve allowance docket.
Sorry.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Does anybody have anything else? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much. I am. They're coming late tonight.